What up, friends? How's it hanging? Happy Thursday. What day is it? The 10th. Oh, this is that Mario day where it's like Mar 10, so it looks like it spells Mario. Hey. Hello. I've got like wild allergies today, and so if you see my nose turn red on this stream, just know it's my face's fault. Hello, friends. Hello. It's Glenn. What up? Hello. It's been a productive day. It's been a weird week where like I've gotten a lot done, but it feels like I've been doing nothing. And I guess it's worse than feeling like you've gotten a lot done but you've actually done nothing, but it's still weird. Wow, the allergies, better get a master ball. Don't tempt me. I've been so tempted to get the thingies. Do a barrel roll? How can I like spin my camera? I'll do that. I don't actually know if this is possible. Ah, did that work? There you go. That's the closest I'll get to a barrel roll. Connor, thank you so much for the sub. I wanted to talk about specific things today, and of course, as soon as I hit live, I don't remember what any of them were. I'm trying to look around for inspiration. What did I want to talk about today? Have any of you seen the drama with Artesian Builds? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Would you like a high-level summary? Who's going to win the World Series in baseball this year? White Sox. Okay, so let me paint you a picture. So if you've been around for a while, you might know that I like had a code for Artesian Builds somewhere down below in the past, but that is not the case anymore. So now I'm going to tell you the summary because, okay, so I'll give you like my relationship with them and then what's actually happening. So I first got connected with them back in 2020. They had reached out to me asking if I wanted to build some custom keyboards with them. And I was like, yes. And I had meetings with like Noah, their CEO, and other various people, and it looked like it was going to happen. And then they were like, hey, we're not sure about this. And I was just like, I don't care enough to pursue this, but it's been fun. And then they gave me like an affiliate code for people. And I was like, sure, I'll do that. And so I never thought anything of it. Thank you so much for the sub, Ed. You're great. Anyway, so that is the reason why I had the code on here for so long. Then I find out, I think it was last week, they were doing a giveaway for all of their affiliates and ambassadors and stuff. Anybody who was an affiliate or ambassador, or whatever they call them, could win a PC, was entered in a raffle. And so they were having a live stream where they were doing a whole like dice roll of this. And someone won, and I don't know what she typically streams, but she won. And the CEO was looking at her and was just like, you don't have enough followers for this. You only have like 2,500 followers or some amount. That was still a decent number of followers, but he was like bashing her for her number of followers in this stream. Hype train! Charlie, thank you so much for the gift sub. So that was very not cool. And then he did a reroll to give it away to someone else, which I'm pretty sure that like is illegal according to sweepstakes laws, but there you go. And also he only has like 50, 90 followers something on Twitter anyway, so look at a mirror, man. Anyway, he was not cool about this. And this exposed a whole other set of issues. This scratched the surface. And so this girl calls him out. Hype train! Only Dole, thank you so much for the sub. And Anne, thank you so much for the bits. So anyway, this exposed a whole other set of things. Turns out the company hasn't been paying taxes. Turns out the CEO has been like really intimidating to certain employees and stuff. Like people have called in to reputable news sources like crying, saying, I'm kind of afraid of him. Please don't say like my name when you report on this. Like shady stuff like that. And he posted like This is Artesian Builds. So he hey, Ashlyn. Thank you so much for the Spanish stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Anyway, so he posted 3 separate apology videos, and all of them were deleted, like one after the other. Only Dole, thank you so much for all the gift subs. Oh my gosh. Wow, thank you. Hype train. Let me just interrupt myself for a second. If you are a sub, whether you're a gift sub, prime sub, what have you, you can join our Discord channel. It's a very fun group of people who are mostly trolls. And if you want to do that, that involves basically connecting your Twitch to Discord, and then it'll invite you to it. And it's great. Thank you so much. Trolls, us, you know what you've done. Anyway, back to the story. Intimidating dude, not paying taxes, sending apology videos, but then deleting apology videos, writing written apologies, deleting written apologies. Wild. Then he keeps posting stuff, but then deleting stuff, and it's really confusing. But people are keeping the receipts. They're posting screenshots and everything. And then there's a point, I think it was just Monday, like this week. This is all happening in real time. There's a tweet saying that they're looking into an employee buyout of the company. So all the employees were going to buy the company and rent themselves, because they're like 40 or 50 people working here. And it's kind of been made clear it's not the employee's fault. It's definitely on this CEO. And then all of them get fired overnight. They're just like, we're suspending all operations. We don't have enough money to fund any of the purchases. Like, people who are waiting for PCs from this company, they're just not getting their PCs, and they might not be getting refunds. Like they were saying, including refunds, or just no monetary things are going to be happening with this company. Yeah, it's bad. It's not cool. And so everybody's just like, file chargebacks now. Like, if you used PayPal, if you used credit cards, anything, try to get chargebacks, because this is terrible. And the company has just ceased to exist since the raffle incident last week. It's wild. So much has happened. Heavens. Yeah, this is the epitome of how you F up as a CEO. I know. It's ridiculous. And meanwhile they're posting like, by the way, if you want to invest in our company, let us know. And you're like, why would I want to invest in that? And when you look at old posts and stuff, the CEO is very much like, I want to be the Linus Tech Tips of PC building and stuff. And he very much wanted to be famous and stuff. It's Artesian Builds, yes. I know. It's chaotic, wild. I am following it with so much interest. It's so interesting. And so many people in like the PC building space have been making videos about this guy who apparently everyone knew was kind of not cool in the space, but like regular old plebs like me and you didn't necessarily know. Oh my gosh, it's wild. Is the website down too? I'm going to look that up right now. Artesian Builds. Because, dang. Oh, okay. So the website is up, but it's definitely different. It is switching to an archive. Hype train. Tom182, thank you so much for the subs. I appreciate it. Once again, if you have a gift sub, prime sub, whatever, you can join our Discord group. I really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. So anyway, chaos. I am so fascinated with this whole debacle. That is correct, I'm not doing a collab with them. But, man. Whew. I didn't see Tech Job Tuesday post on Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. But maybe there is such thing as Tech Job Tuesday. If it is, that sounds cool. Better than a sub sandwich. Hey-o. I know. Whew. It's wild. It's, man. Collabs, am I right? Where you ask others if they are hiring. Oh, That's not something that I post every week. I probably should. I'll post about it. Happy to. And you were called to build a keyboard for this company? Yeah, no, they asked if I would like build keyboards on their stream at one point, and I was like, no. Because I didn't want to build keyboards on a stream, but I was willing to design keyboards that we could get manufactured with some of their connections. And I think like they were open to the idea, but they were trying to get me to be on their stream, and I didn't want to do that. There were a variety of different reasons why it didn't end up working out. You're giving me flashbacks to a few startups I've worked for that imploded suddenly. Yeah, I know, right? Whew, whew. What a time. What a place. Speaking of collabs, though, one of my collabs that I am working on is almost going to be fully public soon. I can't speak to everything about it, but I will give you a very, very brief mini little hint about things that will be happening. And I'm going to get a screenshot available, and then it's going to go away very quickly. 1 second, because it is still somewhat secret. This fun, silly little thing. Why is the internet terrible? 1 second. Oh no, hang on. Okay, it's going to happen really fast. Are you ready? Are you ready? Actually, I'm going to do this with my Stream Deck, so it's that fast. Hype train! Only Dole, thank you so much for all the gift subs. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, did you see that? Did you see that little teaser? I'll do it one more time. Ready? Set? Ah! That's it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. You'll find out eventually. Nendo, thank you so much for the sub. The collab is not going to be with Drop. No. So I like working with Drop. They're very easy to work with, and so I do like them. But with this particular keycap set that I have made in the past, yes, I've designed keycaps than Veer Shah. These keycaps are particularly difficult to design because licensing. And unfortunately, Drop was not able to deal with the Hasbro licensing stuff. But luckily, a different group is working with me on that. And it's going to be DSA, and it's not going to be XDA this time. And I can't really say much beyond that, but just know that it's coming. The final things have been turned in, Hasbro has approved, and it's coming soon. It's going to be DSA, yeah. So DSA, it's the shape of a keycap. And so depending on shapes of keycaps, it can look like different things, but this is going to be that. Also, for the Discord, connect your Twitch to Discord, and if you're a sub, it will automatically send you an invite. Hype train! Oh my gosh, I think this is the most hype trains we've had in a long time. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, really appreciate you, Only Dole, for all the gift subs. Did you have to get involved in the licensing work? So it's, yeah, basically because I'm the designer, quote unquote, I'm like on all the contracts with the licensing stuff. It's a whole ordeal. When I designed the XDA Scrabble keycaps way back in 2017, it took me months to get a license. And Drop basically said, we will manufacture these keycaps with you if you can get the license, because they were much smaller at that point. And so I got the license. We made it all work, yada, yada, yada. I designed the set, and then Hasbro basically approves it or says, like, the fonts are off here, the colors are off there, whatever. And then there you go. And so, unfortunately, both the people at Drop and the people at Hasbro that I worked with in 2017 have since left the respective companies. And so it was working with a whole different set of people, whole different set of things. And that made getting a license again and getting everything approved again and everything. A whole dang hassle, which was not fun. But anyway, with these people who I will show you when I can. I will show you when I can who the people are. I've basically been able to redesign the set and basically make a giant base kit. I think I can show you. I'll show you. Just don't tweet it. But I've been able to get some of these keycaps back. I don't know if you can see with like the triple word score and the star and stuff, and it has the updated Scrabble logo. It's kind of cool, right? And so we got like wordplay and everything, and it's updated Scrabble fonts and everything. So it's all like to the brand. It's theoretically not going to cause any trouble with the brand. I'm pretty sure everything has been approved now. But once again, you didn't see anything. And so yeah, I finally got like the alignment of the multiple legends on these keycaps. Mauricio Fau, thank you so much for the sub. Was a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh, it was a pain. But it worked out. It's done. It is sent off. And then basically I'm waiting on Pantone chips to make sure that the colors all look correct in person. And there you go. Once that's done, we'll be able to set up an official IC and get things shipped. If you're not able to make your Twitch connect, send me a message on Twitter. This is my handle, and I'll chat with you, because I don't understand how it works. The Twitch stuff just works when you're a sub, and so I've never questioned it. I know that it works through Patreon as well, though. So there you go. Okay, I blinked. Thanks, Yesenia. You're a real one. User settings, connections tab will appear. There you go. Thank you, Adrian Engine. So yeah, that's the latest collab I'm doing that hopefully, oh my gosh. I don't know what I was trying to say. Hopefully won't cause any particular strife like the Artesian Builds stuff, because heavens, that is a spicy one. My goodness. Are you all working on anything particularly exciting? I was thinking about playing with SolidJS this week. Everyone has been like writing very nice blog posts about it, but all of the examples I've seen are very small. And I was like, what if I tried to build an actual big application in Solid? What will that look like? Actually, should I do that right now? Do you want to see me try to play with Solid? Don't just Google the word solid. It doesn't work. JavaScript does have a stage 0 proposal for types. I saw that. I'm very curious to see if it'll pass, if it'll still involve build steps, that sort of things. Hey, Vibing Cat. You start a new job as an EM on Monday. Congrats! Oh, that's so exciting. Writing content about oneself is tough. It's the worst. I hate it. I don't envy you. What about the game you're making? It is Mario Day. That's true. That's true. Yeah, let's see some Solid. Okay, 1 second. I'll start a new project. Let me whip up VS Code. Do they have like... I'll go from complete scratch so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And we'll find out. We'll find out. Gotta call so you missed a fun preview. There's a video on demand. You can probably see it there. Okay. So this is the SolidJS website, solidjs.com. Did you get any snow? Not today, but I have a feeling we will this week. The proposal about taking what's already possible JS docs comments. Oh, that's interesting, Will. Okay. Interesting. You suddenly realized you were alone in the focus room. Raphael, thank you so much for the sub. The focus room that Alex is talking about, Fimian is talking about, we've been getting really into centered, which I've talked about on this stream before, but man, it's a lot better than I thought it was. It's centered.app, and all it is, it's a glorified to-do list, but you can go into flow. And so when you click get flowing, which actually I have my thing here, you can see all the tasks that I have to do. So is it letting me zoom in? It's not letting me zoom in. That's fine. Long story short, there's tasks that you say that you're going to do, and you click this button that's very tiny, and you say get flowing, and then it basically just opens up a session, quote unquote, where you're working on all of your tasks and someone yells at you if you're off task. It's nice. Not yells at you. It's very gentle, but it's nice to have someone say, hey, you're not focusing, and you'd be like, oh, I know, okay, you know. So anyway, this is the SolidJS website. Hey, Aiden. Hey, what's up? Did you download the desktop app? I did. How does it identify if you're off task? So you can tell it which things you want it to watch. So I specifically tell it to like watch Slack, watch Discord, and then it has a web extension that I add to Edge and Chrome and stuff where if it sees me on Twitter and stuff, it'll be just like, should you be doing that? And yeah, it's like, yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's like a Clippy for doing your tasks. Instead of saying like, can I help you? It's just like, are you doing stuff? And anyway, it's when it alerts you, is it the movie is over? What are you still doing here kind of vibe? It's very gentle. It's more just like, hey, make sure you're still focusing on your tasks. You have 10 minutes to go or something like that. Like it's very kind. It's not going to yell at you and reprimand you, but it's just gentle enough where you're like, yeah, I need to focus. And I need someone to tell me to be focused sometimes. So it's very, very helpful. Actually, while I'm remembering it, I made a group in Centered. Do I have to log in? Is this the whole thing? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, wait, I can zoom in the browser. Okay, there you go. So you could see like if I wanted to start this session, it would be like doing these tasks, and you can assign how much time you want to set for it. I'm going to say 30 minutes because that, and then when you click get flowing, it'll do that. But I made a little group for it called Frickin' Nerds where you can join and flow together with people. And so if you want to join, I don't know how to do this. Do I just share a link? I think I do. Oh, maybe I have to add your name? I don't know how I do this. I'll figure it out later. You can join the group and we can flow together. It provides you absolutely zero things if you're in a group besides the fact that you can see if other people are flowing at the same time. Yeah. It'd be funny if it blocked your favorite food delivery service if you didn't get everything done. Yeah. You know, the whole punishment concept probably would work very well on me, but at the same time, I'd just find my way around it. Yes, center.app. Sorry about that. And ignore my Discord for a second. I know that I had the group somewhere in here. This one. Oh, it's just /flow/frickin' nerds. That one. You can join our little group. I've been thinking about doing more co-working Zooms with fellow programmers. I feel like it would be hard for us to not rubber duck the whole time. Yeah, no, that's what we do on Discord. And it's nice because if you ever want to chat with someone, you just can really quickly. This is basically the same thing, except you can't unmute yourself. And so pros and cons of that. If you need to talk to someone, it's not good for that. If you just need to focus, it's great for that. Okay, tutorial. We're going to start an application. Oh, I haven't installed this yet. No, we need... Wait, what's the difference between guides and tutorials? Oh, here we go. Okay. Sure. I'm going to make a new project. I'm going to do this in GitHub. 1 second. You don't need to see me navigate my directories. Okay. We're going to make a new app, and what do we want our app to do in Solid? Not to disturb cast, but does anybody know if centered is worth the sub? I got the premium one. I think try it for free first and then decide if you want to pay for it. Because, yeah, decide if you want to pay for it first after using it for free. Because I didn't decide to go premium until later. And I think it's worth it, but you don't need to be premium to do well with the app. Let's see, Pokemon app. I could do a Pokemon app. Someone said Pi Day. Heck yeah, I said Pi Day. Is anybody doing anything for Pi Day? I used to be so obsessed with it, and now, Pi Recipe Finder. Pi Day's your birthday? Nice! That's my cousin's birthday, too. Happy early birthday. Yeah, Pi Day is happening on Monday. Maybe we could do a Pi digit guesser. I'll do solid pi guesser. And so people can get digits of pi and learn how to memorize it if they want to. Yeah? Yeah? We're doing it. So I did the npx digits, SolidJS templates, solid pi guesser. Is it okay to proceed? Yes. Cool. So now did it work? Okay, cool. So now I'm going to go into my thingamajig. Solid pi guesser. Here we are. Come on. Why isn't it? Ugh. I messed up. Sorry. Clearly this is the hardest part. Okay, cool. So we have an app.jsx. I know JSX. I can deal with that. Okay. So let me make sure. Find pi's names and pi's numbers converted to ASCII. My Pi Day joke started last week when talking to HR. They scheduled a meeting for 3:14, and I said, how irrational. Nice. That's a good one. My favorite pie? I switch around. The first one that came to mind was strawberry rhubarb, but then I quickly iterated to key lime pie and pumpkin pie. But I also like a good apple pie. So many pies. Silk is good too. Oh man. Okay. So, this looks like React. This basically is React. I mean, it's not React, but it feels like React. Okay, so here's where it's different. So you render to a root. This is just like React. Okay, I've learned nothing so far, but that is okay with me. Let's run it. And I'm going to see how far I can get without looking at the docs. Even though I probably should read the docs. Docs writers everywhere are crying. npm run dev. I think that should work. Oh, do I need to install Vite? Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. Oh, I should install. That's something. npm installing is important when you start a project, friends. It looks like React, smells like React, but it's solid. Yeah. Revitalize your project. That's pretty good. There's a local pie company near me that does strawberry rhubarb pie. Raspberry rhubarb pie. Wait, that sounds amazing. Whew. Yeah, npm install. That's what you should do. By the way, you might have noticed there's a little ad thing in the terminal there. I use something called Flossbank, and whenever it shows ads in your terminal when you're npm installing. It donates the money generated from those ads to maintainers. It's kind of cool. So that is Flossbank, and it's flossbank.com. So there you go, Luke. That's what this one is. Okay, cool. Back to business. Now npm run div. There we go. Funny how installing your project actually works. Wow, look at us. We've got a project. Okay, let's keep going, shall we? I'll put this. Let's see. I probably should read some of the docs. Okay, let me just skim. Okay, this looks like React. It's create signal instead of set state or use state. Create effect instead of use effect. Is that it? On cleanup, that makes sense. There's some things that I've... Okay, that's different. I don't know if you can see that. It has return HTML. But wait, that's under no compilation. So that's if you don't like JSX. I do like JSX, so that's okay with me. Is that it? Simple is better than easy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't need this. I just want the docs. Great. Okay. On mount, you run a function. Great. On cleanup, you run a function. Great. So basically, sure, that makes sense. Oh, they've got stores. That's interesting. I wonder how that's different from state. Maybe it's shared across the application. If you know this, you can tell me. Otherwise, the quick start guide is long-winded, so apologies in advance. Yeah, this is a lot of things. Maybe I'll start with some basics and then add more things. Oh, they've got observables too? Oh, what a funky combination of things. Wait, I do want to see what this use transition is. Where did that go? That's nice. Because then you could do a bunch of async things and do some transitions in there. That's kind of neat. Okay, we'll start with some basic stuff. Signal. It's showing all of these types, and I'm using JavaScript and not TypeScript, but that is okay. Okay, so we'll have that on the side. We got our app.jsx. What we could do is... Do we want to do this just all in the app? No, I'll make a component. Let's really start from scratch. Okay, we're going to call this the input component because we're going to have an input component where the user puts in their pi guess. And then we could also have, and so that'll check various things. And should the input also include the display, or do we want to do some shared state stuff? I kind of want to do shared state just to kind of make it feel a little bit bigger than a one file thing. So I'll make another component called, I'll just do pi.jsx. And this one's going to actually display pi. We'll start with that. I'm not sure if I like how that is going so far. But, okay, it looks like you don't have to import solid to every single thing, or do you? Yeah, okay, so you don't have to import solid, you just import create signal. Great. I'm going to do importing create signal, export default function pi. And then let me see how that is structured. It doesn't take in any props, that is okay. Cool. Let's just roll with it. And so this is going to be the display of the digits of pi that have been guessed. The architecture of this is not very clear in my head, so we're just rolling with it. If it's going to be a display, does it need a signal? It probably doesn't. The input should be the signal. Yeah. Cassidy, you fool. Okay, let me do... Rolling with it. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. I'm just going to say a number. Well, you know what? We'll pass in a thing and it'll be the current guess. And then the state... For those who have used Solid, is state drilled down the way it is in React? Where you pass it from parent to child? Or is it like Vue where it goes like from child to parent? Or is it elsewhere? Because I'm kind of assuming it's elsewhere at this point. Because then what I could do, supposedly, is pass in a number here and just display that number, but then I could do some like funny little things where we could start with 3 point, and then in here will be the value that is passed. And then here we could say that this is like digits guessed. And so when we pass the digits guessed into this, we could do this whole thing, and then I could do some fun styling, or if I do a class, is it class or class name? It's just class. Whoa, that's wild. Okay, so we could do class dot pi. Not class dot pi, styles dot pi, because I'm going to have styles imported just like this from app.module.css. I'm going to do a pi.module.css. pi.module.css. And in that pi module, I'll do some beautiful things, but until then, we'll just say that the pi class is colors green, just to show that we have applied it. Okay. It's not that fancy yet, but we're getting there, people. Okay, so because of that, I don't think I actually need create signal in here, but I probably will need it here. Did you see that? I don't know what that was. Do you prefer Tailwind? I don't. And I'm going to call this input component, because this will be interesting to see how Solid shares like... oh my heavens. Look at that. Look at GitHub Copilot trying. It has digits guessed, digits to guess, guess set guess, is guess correct, guess too high, guess too low, guess too short, guess too long, is guess valid, is guess validating. I would like my guess to be validated. Is pi guessed, is pi guessing, guessing too high, guessing too low. Oh my heavens. Calm down, Copilot. It is trying to make a very, very large state machine and something that I don't want to make. So I'm just going to go ahead and start writing, and I'm going to do like current guess and set current guess to create signal. And create signal is going to start as null. Is that okay? I hope so, because that's what we're doing. Yeah, very long form. Okay, so now we need to use it, and let's see what the docs say. Can I just call it? Is that allowed? I think I can just use it. Great. Beautiful. Cool. YOLO. I'm just going to I'm basically pretending this is React at this point. Okay. And so inside of here, what I want to do is I want to make a div, and then in that div, I'll be like, what's the next digit, champ? And then I'll have an input. Whoa. Copilot, are you doing it again? I'll take it, because that one was actually a pretty decent one. Okay. Now, once again, we'll see what how state is shared. because now I want to lift state. Or I could, you know what? I'll just put the input component. No, I want to lift state. I want to see how weird I can get with this. This is probably not going to be perfect, but import pi from, and then that's pi.jsx, import input component from input component, beautiful. And I'm going to put pi right here. And look at that, it says 3 point. It's very small, but it's something. And you know what? I'm going to make this in H2 to make it a little bit bigger. It's small, but it's mighty. And it's ugly, but that is fine. Okay, I'm going to take out the logo right here, and I'm going to take out the learn solid right here, and I'm going to put our input component. There. Oh, interesting. Oh, that is not what I expected. Okay, that is fine. Why? I made it null. Okay, if I do current guess or something, current guess or an empty string, is that okay? Do you know what's happening? Invoke it. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to invoke it. I just, like, look, I can type in here, but why is it doing native code? That, oh, oops. Okay, also, let me do a line break here. Okay, so I have learned that this is not like React. That is something. Current guess is a function. Oh, what? Okay, that's interesting. Thank you, everybody. Current guess is a function. I should have realized that. Okay. I should have realized that in these docs. That is not what I expected, but I'm okay with it. Okay, so current guess is a function. Boom. How about that? Look at that. Nothing. Let me also put placeholder equals like that. Okay, cool. So we've got the next digit that we'll put in there. And then as we type the digit, it should go up. And I don't really want to press enter in between. So whenever we input it, we'll set the current guess. And when we set the current guess to that value, then first of all, let me try it. Okay, nothing's happening. That is fine. When we set the current guess, I want something to happen. And so because it's a signal, does that mean it has like effects built in? Gabor, thank you so much for the sub again. Okay, so because it's a signal, does it like spout something? Okay, you do the function, did that. Function, set function. Okay, let me just put the current digit here. I want to see what happens. I'll do it on a separate line just so it's... Okay, so if I do 1, okay, great. So that is appearing. That's cool with me. Now I want to make a utility, like just a helper function that checks, is it the correct digit of pi? Maybe because of the prop and the input, it says on input is correct. Oh yeah, duh. On input might not be right. I'm guessing it's an on change or something. Cause dang it, Copilot. Okay. Let me check really quick. Does it do anything weird when it comes to inputs? Is there no search? That's okay. Docs. Is it like an infinite scrolling thing? Can I? Great, beautiful. So I'm going to type input. Input, these are using types. Oh wait, on change and on input work according to their native behavior. On input will fire immediately after the value has changed. On change will fire only after the field loses focus. Okay, so I want the value to change, so that's cool. And so what I want to happen is inside of this, instead of just set current guess, I want a few different things to happen. What I want to happen is that it checks if it is the next digit of pi, and if so, then it'll pass that to the pi component, and then it will clear current guess to an empty value again. So you can just keep hitting numbers, and it will clear it as the value in the pi component is updated. Does that make sense? Okay. If it doesn't, let me know, because I'm just making this up. So for the pi checker, this is not even solid, this is just JavaScript. I think it is okay for me to just get a bunch of digits on the internet. Digits of pi. Actually, I've made a code pen of this. That'll be the fastest way to find something. Because, there it is. I've done this in vanilla JavaScript. Nice, look at that. So when you do it correctly, it says that's the number of digits you guesses, and then if you get it incorrectly, it says you are a failure. Kind of nice, right? Anyway, I'm going to copy myself because I have a string. It is a very large string. It's probably 10,000 digits. Clearly I have no originality because I did this before and I forgot that I did this. Cassidy, brag and show how many you still remember. Maybe another time. var digits of pi, would Copilot give you the digits? Oh, that is a great question. Let's find out. Come on, Copilot. You've got this. I see it thinking. It's thinking down here. Look at it go! Go, Copilot! Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. Wow. I wonder how many digits that is. Oh wait, I could just do this. What column is that in? That is just over 1,000 digits of pi. I think it is fair to say that most people who are playing this game will not know more than 1,000 digits of pi. If you'd like me to do more, I'm happy to. But is it correct? I'll validate the first several. 100. Okay, so the first 150 or so is correct. You trickster. And that's good enough for me. I'm not going to question autopilot beyond that. Guys turned into a robot for a sec. Just for a sec. Wow, should I just copy my old logic? I mean, it was vanilla JavaScript, so probably not. But I might copy my CSS, because that'll work. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Oh yes, over 3 and below 4, that must be right. Yes, indeed. Okay, so now that we have the digits of pi, we have to write a checker. And I could probably put this in a utility folder or something. Did you know that Indiana tried to put into law that it's 4? I did. How broken is that? Ugh. Okay. I'm going to say function check digits. Wait. If I did this in CodePen, I'm definitely going to copy that at least. Into a query selector. Oh, this is just checking if the text is the value. That's not exactly what I'm doing. Dang it. That's okay. I'll live. Okay, oh, and I'm also going to take off the 3 point because we have that. Why are you yelling at me? Oh, it's because of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the current guess, and so I'm going to do current guess right here. While, yeah, no. Copilot, is this what? No way. No, that's not what I want to do, but I appreciate that you tried. Okay, so if the current guess, I guess we have to keep track of how many guesses we've done. Yes, it is. Add a comment above the function. Check if the current guess is the correct digit of pi. And then I'll do current guess and then number of digits. Now let's see if it's correct. So it's assuming that there's a function that's called get pi digits. This is just kind of fun. This is not solid. This is kind of a function that checks how many characters from the beginning of a string match. Oh, you know what? I like that. I like that. And I'm going to put this function below the string, and maybe it'll take that into account. This is just fun experimentation, everybody. Okay. Calm down. Okay. A function that checks how many characters from the beginning of a string. Wait, and no, it's a function that checks if the current guess is in the correct position. If the current guess I'm just curious to see if it's. I see it thinking. I see it thinking. Well, there you go. It's not exactly right, but I appreciate that. It would be more is current guess. This, instead of substring number of digits, it would be substring and number of digits guessed, I guess, is the proper variable. So I wonder if the better variable name will teach it. It's just doing the exact same thing. That's a shame. If digits of pi starts with current guess, or is in the same position. Oh, I like that. Or maybe this should, yeah, is in the correct position in digits of pi. How about that? How about that? There it is. Look at that. Now it's correct. That is amazing. Look at that. How wild is that? Technology's amazing. Wow. I'm astounded at the world. Technology be wild, and that's right, Jade. That's right. Cool. So now we could check digits. Okay. So what's the next digit, champ? We don't need this, but what we're going to do is inside of this input, when it happens, we're going to check the digits. So wait, first we need to create another signal, const number of digits guessed. Look at that. I just wrote num and it knew. It knew. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Is this Copilot? Yeah, it's Copilot. I love tricking Copilot. I know, right? It's so fun. Okay, so with number of digits guessed, what we'll do is we'll first check digits. I guess we don't even need current guess, do we? But we should. We should. Let me think. I'm going to share it. I'm going to keep current guess. Okay. So we're going to check digits of e.target.value and number of digits guessed. And then if that is the correct thing at number of digits guessed and the current value, then we're setting the current guess. Once again, I don't know if we actually need current guess then. I think we can just do a variable that we pass. And if so, then we just increase the number of digits guessed and move on. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so we're getting rid of that. No, it's a blank string. Set current guess. I don't know her. Might regret this, so I'm just copying that out for a second. And so once we check the digits, then we're going to, I guess it depends on how we want to structure the pi component. Because with the pi component, we could pass our guess to that component and just keep like letting it be. Or with just the number of digits guessed and our variable of number of digits of pi, we could just reveal that digit. You know? I feel like that's smarter. Which means I should also probably move out these utilities somewhere else. Are you coding in React or Vue? Neither. I'm coding in Solid. I'm learning Solid right now. T-Money, thank you for asking. Yeah, I think I like the number of digits guessed route, because then I don't have to reset the input every single time. I just have to clear the input every single time, which I think is fine. Is that gonna be cool with you? Oh, I should probably do something with this. Okay, so what's the next digit, champ? And then we'll say like, you've guessed how many digits so far? We'll do number of digits guessed. And it's a function. Okay. Wouldn't the next digit be better as a numpad? I could create a numpad. I'm not sure what you're saying, Gabor. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you mean. Okay, so 1, 4, look at that, nothing's happening. That is fine, because after we've checked the digits, we basically need to say if it's true, then set number of digits guessed, number of digits guessed plus 1. Yeah, I like that. So 1, 4, oh, nope, doesn't like that. Cool. Okay, cool. So it works. It works, but I have to clear it every single time. And so I'm going to clear the input, which, you know, that's where the current guess should be cleared. So if this is, or I could set e.target.value. Nope, Cassidy, stop questioning yourself. I'll just set e.target.value to blank. I think I can just do that. We'll see if Solid likes it. Why is that whoop thing happening? I don't know. Okay, e.target.value equals blank. Okay, I'm curious to see if that'll work. React would probably yell at me if I did that. Okay, so it does work, but it also doesn't show the digit. Okay, once again, I'm going back to this. I'm going to set this to current guess, and the current guess is going to be blank, a blank string. Calm down, Copilot. Okay, it's going to be a blank string, and then, and it's a function. The whoop thing is probably a Power Tools double control. Oh, maybe. I don't use, or Power Toys maybe. I don't really use that, but I know it's on my computer, so that is probably a thing. Dang it. Okay, so we'll do set current guess to e.target.value. I wonder if it does like a little funky remounting thing, because this stuff probably wouldn't work in React either. And then I'll do set current guess to nothing. This probably isn't going to work, but let's find out. Okay, so it does work, but it's going too fast. So that is where, should we just let the input do this? Maybe I should. It's ended up being a big component, but I wanted to share state. I'll share state in a different way. Okay, this pi function is dead. Long live pi. Actually, I'll just make pi live in here. That works. I'm content with that. Look at that. Okay. Also, this isn't a header. Look at that. Okay. Cool. All right. And then I can keep everything in one file. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Digits equals number of digits guessed. And then inside of pi, oh, it's digits guessed. We're just going to do digits. Actually, that's not correct, but we got to pass the pi thing in. And so this is where I'm going to separate this out into a utility. Probably should be in a util folder. Whatever. New file, and I'm going to do pyhelpers.js. And then in this pyhelpers.js, I'm going to put all this stuff from the input. That. Boom. And then I'm going to make that a const. And then export function check digits. By default, we'll have both. Digits of pi and check digits. Cool. And now from pi helpers, what did I call that? Digits of pi and check digits. Cool. And then inside of pi, we'll do digits of pi. And then in here, we'll do digits of pi dot substring of 0 to digits. I don't like that at all, but I'm sticking with it for now. It should be fine. Do you need to export it twice? Probably not. Good call. Okay, so if I were to do 1, 4, nothing's happening. Okay. So by passing a number of digits gets, oh, it's a function. Solid. Okay. Hello? Where did you go? Dang it. My theme, I think it's called Horizon. I changed to Horizon recently. Okay, let's find out what your problem is. It doesn't provide an export called digits of pi. Aha, I do need to export it. I'm just gonna keep it. Hi Cass, I'll be giving a talk this Saturday. What's some of the ways you deal with pre-talk butterflies? Great question. I honestly just kind of jump. And it sounds silly, but I literally jump up and down like jumping jacks and stuff, get the energy out. Because before, and granted, I don't usually get the jitters until like the 5 minutes before my talk. Until then, it's just like, I'm going to be talking to people. Humans will hear words that I am saying. And then just kind of, and that's it. That doesn't work for everybody. But I try to not even think about like, oh no, will I be nervous for this until I'm about to actually go. And then, yeah, breathe in. Yeah, that's true. Breathing is a good thing. I kind of just, and you know that whole power posing thing, it actually works. I don't normally power pose as much as I like jump. Get the yayas out. Okay, that means digits of pi isn't needed in this one. Great. Do you understand now? Excellent. 3.14159. Well, the numbers of digits guessing are correct, but why? Okay, I'm curious about how it refreshes things now. I'm going to console.log digits, and I want to see what happens. Oh wait, it worked. What? What's happening? Why did that work suddenly, but it isn't working now? Does anybody know what that means? Look at that. Okay, so that makes sense. It's not refreshing. That means I have to do the effect, I think. I think I have to create an effect where if the digits change, I want to remount. This is purely based on my React knowledge. Yes, the console log update force trace. Yeah, the hot module reloading refreshed it, and so that means that when the page is loaded, it'll take that state of that thing, and so the state of the variable, the number of digits guessed variable, didn't change when it refreshed, but the component refreshed that had it in there, and so it makes sense why that has changed. But now, because I want it to change every time the thingy changes, the variable changes, I have to create an effect that follows it. And that effect basically needs to refresh the variable digits every time. Now, do I do that at the top level or at the bottom level? What do you prefer? Solid, do you say? Also, okay, I'm curious about something. I'm going to experiment. Wait, where's create effect? Okay. Effects only listen to when... So in React, effects happen when a value in the dependency array is changed. But in this effect, it just has do side effect. It depends on signal A. I appreciate that it depends on signal A, but how do we know that? Is it just because A is called in there? If A is called, does it automatically do it? I should actually read between the lines, shouldn't I? Creates a new computation, given function, get in a tracking scope, automatically tracking its dependencies. Okay, so it automatically tracks its dependencies. Great. In that case, in theory, I could probably just do create effect and then inside of here just call the digits. Like not even, I just do digits like this. And I think that would work. Let me refresh the page to nothing and say 14159. Okay. No. Oh, and now nothing's working. That's fun. Huh. I wonder why that stopped working. That makes no sense to me. I do not understand. What if I put this in brackets? At this point, I'm just curious why that happened. Wow. Okay, so no effect needed. A is in a weird spot in their example, like function A. Yeah, I see that. Could I do like let num equals digits, and would that work? What I don't understand is why the other component broke because I did this. I didn't change anything in here, did I? Like if I comment this out, what's happening? Okay, I don't like that it's doing this, but I'm okay with that. I pass digits in here. And I'm passing it right there. Number of digits guessed. Oh, I guess it's not a function because I'm calling a function there. So that's something. Instead of doing let num is digits, it's just digits. Aha! Look at that! Okay, wait. Yeah, because it's not a function. I was calling the function of a function. Right. So 1, 4... and yet. But if I did, let's just say, wait, actually first, before I do that, I'm curious about something. Okay, cool, yeah, so this doesn't change. But if I did let num, whatever, and then I did num equals digits, and then num, what would happen then? Huh? Okay, well that didn't do it. Okay, don't call digits when you pass it, call it on the other side. Then you don't need an effect on the other side. Okay, so I'm killing the effect. That's cool with me. I'm doing just digits, which is what I had before. This is what I had before. And once again, it's not doing the thing. Rug, Matt, am I understand? Call digits as a function in Pi, not where you pass it. Got it. Sorry, I misunderstood what you meant there. Okay, I'm cool with that. Boom. Boom. Okay. Hooray. That totally makes sense. But why? Why does it have to be called in the component? In a way, I guess it makes sense because the component is probably remounting every time something is changing in the component. And technically, you're passing in a thing that is changing to the component, but the component isn't paying attention to the change. So I could see the diffing with like a virtual DOM not actually happening in the Pi component at that point. By the way, once again, RugMatt, thank you for doing that. But that doesn't feel right to me. That doesn't sit right to me with me. It's making sense, but it's such a very specific. The component does not remount. It only re-renders individual JS elements that use the signal. Gotcha. So because technically Pi wasn't using the signal, it was just reading the signal. There's no virtual DOM. Okay, got it. So because it was just reading the signal and not using the signal, it wasn't changing. Am I understanding that correctly? Curious. Okay. So I guess they use the function call as a way to know which JSX elements it was called, probably. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Oh, you just popped in, so I missed the issue. Okay, I'll tell you really quick. So basically, I'm passing this number of digits guessed variable into the Pi component. Hey, Crack Ben. When I was doing it like this, and then doing it like this, the component wasn't re-rendering. But when I called it here and then didn't call it here, it did re-render. And so I thought that it was an effect that had to be called, but it turns out it's just where the signal is being called to that variable. And I think the concept of signals is the thing that's confusing. Ah, yes, the biggest gotcha. You have to call within the element that you want to re-render. Okay. I can live with that. It was a learning experience. I get it. Okay. And I'm actually going to make a comment of that really quick, just that way future Cassidy isn't confused. Just like, you need to pass the signal but not call it here. Call it in the component that needs to re-render. Boom. Thank you for clarifying. RugMatt, once again, thank you so much for figuring that out. Okay, cool. Well, that's fun. I kind of want the current guest to show in the input, like even if it's just for a second. But the thing is, I guess it's not necessary. Because once again, here I was saving the whole thing. Oh, look at that. I have a failure here too. Because in this one, it was just like 3141592. And then there you go. But yeah, that's a different way of solving it than the way we're solving it. And so, we have an indicator. And so now what I should be able to do is 314159. Maybe it's the positioning of the thingy that I want to change. What I could do, kind of a fun little thing, is put the input here. That's wild. This is just styling now. Oh no, calm down. I messed up. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't panic. I'm like still figuring, like I understand the whole calling thing before. Mewtwo, hey, welcome. I'm learning SolidJS. It's a lot like React, but not. Can you show the last character typed by calling set current guess within the last character of e target value? Hang on, let me reread what you're just saying. Yeah, it is long time no see. It's very Reacty. Okay, can you show the last character typed by calling set current guess with the last character? Oh, anti-harassment training. Good luck. Oh, to see where you're at in your guess? Yeah, like technically that's what the top thing is showing. But it feels like the input isn't actually doing something. Yeah, to show something in the input. Because I could do like, I could just have the variables in there. You can function call in the parent component passing down props, but you can't destructure props in the child component. It messes up reactivity. I would like to read this. Okay. Much like React, you define properties, passing it in. Okay, so here they're calling it, but it's not reactivity. Okay. You cannot use object destructuring on the props of a component. That's because the props object behind the scenes relies on object getters to lazily retrieve values. Oh. I understand, but I don't like that, I admit. So like I can't do like something if I were to do like let and then fish cake equal props or whatever. I can't do that. It's saying that I should instead do let fish equal props dot fish and let cake equal props dot cake. I understand the rule. I accept the rule. That feels very not JavaScript-y. Yuck. Yeah, it's as long as there's cake, I'm okay with it. I know, right? I always use the variables fish, cake, and poop. I don't know why. They're just the words I've chosen and they work. But that's a very interesting mindset for how re-rendering works. I don't know if I like it, but it assumes people are cool with proxy objects, which yeah, my brain isn't. Yeah, it makes sense once you understand that it's not passing the object. It's yeah, like you say, a proxy object and stuff. But Fish Cake and Poop would be a great album name. It does tell a story, all right. But I understand it. Understanding that it is a proxy object being passed, I get it. But I don't like it. And I'll leave it at that. You know what I could do? I could just let the set current guess be that. No. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll make a signal with this because or an effect with this because I really want to use create effect somehow just to understand if that's different as well. And so what I'll do is I'll do create effect and then I'll do like whenever current guess changes, I'll do set current guess to blank. Do you think that would work? I don't. Solid is React, but more rules. Yeah, honestly. I don't I don't think that will work, but I would love to try because it sounds weird. Nope, it doesn't. That's fine. React need rules. Yeah. I could just keep this in there. Trash Dev, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everybody. We are learning how to do SolidJS, and it's like mildly breaking my brain because it's very similar to React, but not. Hey, Adoran. I got cut off doing my goodbye speech. No, I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. I'm understanding the silliness of Solid and the severity of Solid. It's very, very interesting. It was the raid message. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, Solid is the React alternative, kind of. So the way Ben Holmes dev has said is it's like React but with more rules. Tiff, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. So like for example, instead of use state, it uses create signal, and that is fine. But these variables here are actually functions, they're functions that can be called. And so when I pass number of digits guessed here and call it, then when it's inside of here, it's not reactive. But if I call it in here and don't call it here, then nobody bats an eye. It works. And so, like, the thing that needs to be re-rendered is the thing that is actually calling the signal to be changed. Signal, aka state variable. So it's very funky. Is it better than jQuery? I don't know. Great question. jQuery is still pretty solid. I'll admit it. Haha, do you get it? I made a SolidJS joke. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's weird. Is it this? Thank you. What is my opinion on Angular? I think Angular works particularly well with developers who come from a .NET background. I do not, so I am not the biggest fan. But for some people, it works really well. Maybe that's the issue. You're destructuring in the function. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I am. I'm so used to doing that, I didn't even think about it. There you go. I mean, it works. It works. I'm thinking about other things now. Very solid joke. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you reacted well to it. Depends on your point of view, though. It does work. Except it doesn't. So yeah, I could do set. I'll just do set current guess to nothing after checking it. But then I don't like that the user can't see what they're typing. But I'm probably overthinking it. Look at us. And then if you mess up, you mess up. Okay, we need to add punishment. Because if someone gets it wrong, we want to be like, you're wrong. So, yeah, super wide page too. So first of all, yeah, we're going to need to style it. That is fine. Punishment, haha. Solid does also use JSX, but it's optional. You can just return template strings that have HTML in it. But it is nice that you can call just class instead of class name, which is pretty nice. It's kind of cool, right? Yeah. Anyway, let me do pi.module.css, and then that is going to have a maximum width of I'm just going to do 500 pixels, make something up, and we'll let it stack. And that also makes me think that the digits should be below the input. Boom. Okay. Though you could do this in jQuery as well, just saying, oh, I mean, I showed before, I have done this in a code pen somewhere in my thingy. Pi? I almost always make a pen for Pi Day. But yeah, I've done this in a code pen already, but with just vanilla JavaScript. Or it's 3.9. But then you can mess up and it says, you are a failure. And I want to have that energy in my Solid app as well. So anyway, let's add that. Where if this, hey Luke, what's up? Maybe give 3 lives, but when you lose one, you only get a 50-50. A 50-50. You mean like you only get to guess like one other digit or something? I do like the idea of numbers of lives, though. That could be kind of fun. So let's add some more signals. We'll do number of lives, because I think that's fun. And then, wow, it set it to 3. That's cool. And then I'll also have like a message, and I'll have the message be at the top. Const message, set message, create signal, and we'll have it be blank for now, but we'll do something like, I'll just do this for now. Okay, so inside of here we'll do set message to blank, because if you got a correct digit, we want the message to not be there. Otherwise, we'll do set message to wrong. And then we'll do set number of lives to number of lives minus 1. And then we could have the number of lives at the very bottom, and we can style that later. But I'll just do number of lives to number of lives, like that. Cool. Are you content with this? Bald Bearded Builder, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everybody. We are writing in SolidJS for the first time, or first time for me. So I'm making this up as I go, and we'll clean it up later. Okay. Thank you so much for the raids, everybody. I really appreciate it. Okay. Cool. Let's try this. 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9. Instead of a 2, let's do a 0. Ah, no. Okay. It's 2, 6, 5, 3, 5, 8, 9, 6, 9. Oh, no. 7, 9. 3, 2, 3. Now I have negative lives because I forgot to deal with this case. Look at that. Okay. I'll clean it up later. Narrator, she didn't. Please. It's fair. Okay. So, when number of lives is 0, we should be like, the game is over. You're done. You're done. So, let's say, do we want to do this on input? I could do this as an effect. I just want to use an effect for something. What would be a fun effect for this? You know what? Instead of an effect, let me just do this. Great. Okay. Can someone give me the Cliff's Notes on why would use solid over regular React? Great question. I think we're still figuring that out. Yeah, because I want the digit to show up so people can see which digit they guessed wrong. Maybe I'll do set current guess to blank only here. Because then it could be 141593. Oh no! But then if I change it to 2, that's kind of nice. I'll work with that. That works well. Neat. Okay. I'm going to make some more components to separate this out because this is getting chunky. This is where I wanted just the input to be here and then everything else was going to be in app.js, and I didn't do that. So I should probably do that now. I'm going to lift state. This is what I want to do. I want to put a state variable up above. What happens if I copy and paste the solution? I don't actually think you can. Here, I'm just going to copy 159 and refresh because it only does one at a time. Look at that, see? Aha! It would only take in the first digit of that. No cheating here. I prefer you are a failure over wrong. Sounds great. You are a failure. Here, I'll add a little heart so people aren't sad. There we go. That's kind of fun, right? You're welcome. Okay, so it's too late to rewrite the whole thing, but wouldn't it be nicer to have one big number field where you color parts of the string if it's good or bad? No, Tom. Yes, that would be nice. How many can I go in a row? Enough. Let's see. I'm going to put the what's the next digit champ up above. Because once again, this should not be... Actually, I don't even need the break. This input component should just be the input. So I want to move things around. Let's see. Maybe I'll do number of lives will be here. And then we could see how the state stuff works again. So let's talk about lifting state. I'm going to look up lift. Nope, that's not in the docs. Great. Child to parent? Nope. Does it only go straight down? Do people know generally did I accidentally time someone out? Oh, for 1 second. Okay, that was Streamlabs. Anyway, sorry. Anybody who knows Solid, do props get passed the same way as React? If so, then I'm not going to bother and I'll just put stuff up top. I think it just comes from top to bottom. I'm just going to stick with that. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to move the number of lives to the app component. Maybe I'll make a number of lives component. It probably passes props the exact same way. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand the passing of props. I more mean like with Vue, for example, stuff can live in a component and then be passed easily to a parent. But with React, it's like the state lives in the parent. And then if you want a child to affect that, you have to pass it down and then have it passed up. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Kelki. Good to see you. I am doing well. I'm going to make a separate component for the number of lives stuff. Number of lives.jsx. And I'll do the create signal. I'm just going to delete create effect. I don't know if I'm ever going to create effect. Sad. Mostly because I'm not calling an API or anything. Number of lives. This is going to be capitalized Copilot. Okay. And then let's take this here. And then we're going to put number of lives in this. Let's see. Discord has been so awesome, by the way. Thank you. By the way, speaking of Discord, with all you new friends here, if you are a sub, whether you're a Prime sub, GIP sub, or whatever, if you connect your Twitch to your Discord, you can join our Discord group. And it is a very fun crew of people. Okay, so with set number of lives, I basically need to call something at the top to make that be called again. Which I don't like, but that's how it is. I can't, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I can't have the set number of lives be called, anyway. I'll just have this live in app.js. And create a signal here. We don't need that logo. And then number of lives is number of lives. We don't even need this component. Shame. That's fine. It's mostly separating things out of the input right now. Okay. And so with set number of lives, I want to pass that. I want to pass that to the input right here. But I'm not going to call it. I'm just passing it, and then I will call it in the input component. Yeah? Yeah? We'll find out. And so we'll do props, and then that is num lives. Well, it is a setter. Yeah, I mean, I'm not using the variable in here. Let num lives equal props.num lives. But it has, because it's a proxy object, I have to pull it out that way. And then I would do num lives this way. And then I would do, oh, I have to pass both. I have opinions, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay. Number of lives. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The only issues before was because it was being destructed. Sure. You get to set the previous value inside a setter? Really? Wow, solid. I'm starting to like you again. Previous. That's neat. If I can find the docs for it. Look at that. Okay, that is pretty neat. Suddenly my opinions don't matter anymore. Okay, so it's going to be previous and then got it. Prev -1. That is neat. I hope that works. Let's find out. Okay, 14159. Oh, wait. Hang on. What's happening? Perhaps it doesn't work. Okay, number of lives is not changing. That is fine. It's because I'm not passing set number of lives, I'm passing number of lives. That's my own problem. Okay, let's try again. 14159. Wrong. Okay, look at that, and it worked. 26535 8979 323 846. Ah. Okay, we're still getting in the negatives, but that's okay. Why isn't my maximum width working? Oh, is it because I'm very zoomed in on the page? Yeah, that's definitely why. Great. Cool. I'll fix that. Let me update this, and I'm going to say max width 300. Aside, I got my GMMK Pro. Ooh, fun. That's always exciting. Let me do margin left, auto, margin right, auto. Cool. Now that should stay centered. Now if I were to zoom out, look at that, it's centered, beautiful. Okay, and then mess up, look at that, great, cool, wonderful, A+. All right, well, we cleaned up that part of the input. I kind of like the you are the failure staying here. Let me do class equals and then styles. Nope, I need to actually make the styles object, don't I? Input component.module.css, and then I'm going to do message, and then inside of here we'll do color is red. Nope. Then we need to import styles from input component.module.css. Why are you yelling at me? What's wrong? Does the file exist? It does. It's right there. Did I spell it wrong? Is the path wrong? It is. You fool. Okay, cool. Nope, something's still wrong. There we go. We're back. Jeez Louise. Yeah, it was style versus styles. Okay, 314159265358979. Oh no! I'm a failure. Oh, but do you notice how if I do this, the number keeps going up as I delete? That probably shouldn't happen, should it? I could check the key code so it doesn't do it on delete. Which, like event.keycode, that's what it is. Event.keycode for backspace. Backspace is 8. Great. So it's event, if event.keycode equals 8, then we're not going to complain. Is that gonna work? I don't think it is, because it's kind of weird. But if it does, that's kind of fun. Nope, it doesn't work. That's fine. I have an interesting recommendation for the number of lives. I would love to hear your interesting recommendation. For every 2 digits that you guess correctly after the decimal, you get a bonus life. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay. Yeah. Does key code work on input? I assumed so. That's a great question. It might not be. First of all, let me test it. It might not. I'm going to log. I don't think I've ever used on input. I've almost always used on change, but once again, React. And so let me increase this and then do console.log e because I want to know what's happening under there. 14159. Okay, input event. You're right, there is no key code. Great call. Okay, I just deleted the text. Delete content backward. Okay, that means it's e.input type is not equal to delete content backward. How about that? Okay. Yeah, and I'll do if number of digits guessed mod 5, we'll say for every 5 digits, then we'll say num lives. We'll do this thing, but it'll be +1. Because that's a fun idea. I like that. Okay, let's actually see if this worked though. 314159 265. Oh, and then delete. Okay, cool. We fixed the deleting problem. Let me start with okay. 4159 26535. Why are my lives not going up? But then if I delete the number, great. Cool. Hi from Argentina. Hello. We are building with SolidJS for the first time. Bienvenidos. Okay, so why is this part not working? Oh, because of the stupid function thing. Oh, okay. That's going to be the end of me. All right. 314159. Look at that. Wait a minute. We have too many lives. 3, 1. Uh-oh. I did mod 5. Am I doing this wrong? I'm probably doing this wrong. Yes, because it's not equal to 0. Cassidy, come on. Okay. Now let's do this, because otherwise it's just going to be forever truthy. Am I right? Can you increase your lives by pressing backspace or delete after you type 5 correct digits? Can you increase your lives by pressing backspace after you type 5 correct digits? I don't think so. Great question, though. Let me try this. Look at that. 26535. So I'm pressing a bunch of delete. 8979323. 46264338832. Okay. I need to add line wrapping. But besides that, the number of lives works, and the deleting thing, Ofeka, that you just said, does not work. So that's a good thing. What's the CSS thing for line wrapping? Word wrap? Let me just check. Overflowing text, Break long word, overflow wrap. Aha. Okay, we're going to add overflow wrap to this. Aha. Toit. On input won't happen for delete in an empty input. Yes, exactly. So I don't think we have to worry about that, especially because if they ended up just hitting a bunch of incorrect digits, yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't. You never know. Yeah, it'd be cool to bubble up states that I could put the pi digits, number of digits guessed somewhere else, but that's okay. What can you do? I could make number of digits guessed live elsewhere. That'd probably be a good thing, because then I could separate out components a bit more. So if I put this here, and then if I pass in number of digits guessed. Actually, I'm going to make this I'm just going to make this an object, and then we'll pass in to that, and then we can deconstruct it. Is this kind of deconstruction allowed? We'll find out. Okay. And then number of digits guessed, set number of digits, oh, nope, to this props dot digits guessed. I think that should be fine. Let's find out. And then, so first of all, let me see if that worked. Oh, already it's not happy. Undefined is not iterable. Aha! Okay, so I can't do this. Then what does digits guessed do? What is it? Oh wait, is a props.digits guessed like okay, let me do this and do console.log props.digits guessed. Oh wait, that's because I did num digits. You fool. Okay. Aha, okay. 415926535. Okay, the lives are still working. Mess something up, you're a failure. We still can have negative lives, but that's okay. Cool, that worked, and that means that I can move pi elsewhere. So this is going to be up in the app. We'll do digits guessed sub 0 and call it. How weird is that? Look at that. It doesn't work. Why? I'm just trying to get weird with JavaScript right now. Okay. Why don't you like this? Props.digits is not a function. Oh, because I'm not calling it here. Right. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Nice. Now I can do that. The whole, like, calling the signal as a function is kind of messing me up, but that's okay. This project on your GitHub, it will be. Actually, I should probably make a commit now, shouldn't I? Let me get rid of this logo thing. And let me rename this to Solid Pi Guesser. And then I don't actually think that let me just do this really quick. Okay, git status. I'm gonna add all the things, but I should also probably, what's the PNPM lock? Oh, I'm using PNPM with this? Really? Huh. TIL, okay. I feel like the git ignore should be like, oh, it's already made. That's great. Okay, cool. Well, then in that case, I'll do add all this stuff. Stream of solid pi project. Cool. So now I've put it there, and let me make the repo on GitHub. My bad. 1 second. Yeah, Jade, you were just asking me about PNPM. New repo, solid pi guesser, a SolidJS project to guess digits of pi. Sorry, I know that's very small, but just know it's happening. Okay, cool. Creating the repo. Okay, let me add this origin. And I'll push it. What? Oh, I just realized that I don't have main as my default branch on this computer. Uh-oh, I gotta fix that. Anyway. GitHub as an easy fix. Boom. All right. The project is live if you want to play with it yourself. By calling a signal state, you subscribe to changes so the component knows when to re-render, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a weird mindset that, like, it makes sense. Because I am doing this live and not just thinking in my own self, it's a little bit harder to wrap my mind around certain things, but yeah, it makes sense. Okay. I want to make it so that way you can only have up to 3 lives, and then it stops, and then share it to Twitter. Something like that. Okay, so maybe I'll do a conditional where let the bonus lives be an incentive. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a conditional where I say if number of lives is greater than 0, then we're going to have all this stuff. So I'll put this one here. Because after that, you just are out of lives. You're done. And then I'll actually have that here as well. There. 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 Like that. And then we'll have the digits guessed and we'll have that be just its own thing. And then digits guessed sub-0. And we call it digits of pi. That works for me for now. Using JavaScript instead of TypeScript gives me anxiety. Sorry. Wait, what? GitHub changed master domain on new repos? Yeah, they did that a long time ago, actually. Like, I'm not trying to be just like, well, actually, you fool, where have you been? But I think they did that, like, end of 2020, early 2021. Don't call people stupid, almost alcoholic. It's a valid thing to remove that type of stuff from our vocabulary. Careful, both of you. It's a valid thing to want to change your language so that way you can at least try to not have that sort of mentality. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, we'll do if number of lives is 0. Okay. All right. Why is, oh gosh. This whole calling the state variable thing, I really am not used to that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I do love strong typed because I need structure. Okay, 314159265358979. So I've got 5 lives. Now I'm just gonna guess things. Oh no, I'm a failure. Oh no, I'm a failure again. Oh, great, great. Oh no. Ah, oh no. Aha, you've correctly guessed 17 digits of pi. That's fun. Cool, it works. I'm actually going to put the what's the next digit champ inside of here. Are fragments allowed? That's a good question. Let's try that, because that was a very reacty thing. Okay, fragments are allowed. That's good to know. Okay, great, cool. We did it. We could add a Twitter share button, which I actually think I did that on another project, and I am all about redoing or remaking projects. Or not reinventing the wheel, rather. If any of you haven't played this game I made called Flapjack Fwop, what it is, you try to get butter on all of the pancakes. When you click on a square, it adds butter, or when you click on a pancake, it adds butter to the one you clicked as well as the ones in the corner. Pretty simple, right? Or is it? Because if it already has butter, it flips it. So you want to figure out, okay, how do I get butter on all the different pancakes? It's got sound effects. It's kind of fun, right? Anyway, once you pass, oh gosh, now I actually have to do this well, so that way I can do this. I don't remember what the trick was to this puzzle, so please excuse me while I try to remember. Oh gosh. Dang it, I'm down to 1. Ah. But anyway, there's a thing that happens when you get the butter on all the pancakes, and it lets you share it on Twitter, and that is what I was going to copy off of myself. Ah, Cassidy. Okay, I'm not going to play this right now. But also it works on your phone, and it's a progressive web app, so you can add it as an app on your thing. And yes, you can turn off the sound effect. Okay. There it is. I'm just gonna copy all this because it's a link. Okay. Okay, and now Wikipedia, you sly dog. Okay, I'm gonna make this a template string inside of a thing. I remember writing a solution finder for that game. Nice. Okay. Cool. And now I need to do the tweet string. Oh gosh, I probably shouldn't have closed my project, because I had a variable. And then website. Ah, got it. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not going to have a website, but that's fine. Or am I? Oh, we're about to get deep. That's fine. Okay. I just guessed number of lives, digits of pi. Or no, wait. Digits guessed, digits of pi. And then the website will be... I should probably put it on Netlify, shouldn't I? I probably should. I'll just do... that for right now. Okay. So it probably won't be cute, but if I do 314159, oh, look at that. I messed up. I feel like I shouldn't have messed up that quick. It's fine. Tweet your score. Look at that. You can't see it. Let me zoom in. I just guessed 0 digits of pi. Wow. Look at that. We could add a hashtag. I actually don't know if you can add a hashtag. That's why I just did the via. Huh. Okay. Look at us go. We're doing it, people. Okay. Let's figure out why it said that I did that wrong really quick. Okay, that was just me messing up. That is fine. Great. You need to deploy the app so people can play. Yes, I will. Okay, I need to make a netlify.toml. Or do I? I do. It's fine. Okay, let me do... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. This one. Excuse me while I copy myself. Hehe. Okay. I don't actually know what the published directory is by default for Solid. Oh, did I not copy it? I'm working on a DevTool project. Do you have any tips on networking with DevTools investors? So first of all, I think it's best to get involved with communities of founders and stuff. There's like the Dev Founders community. There's ELC, which is like engineering leadership community. There's a bunch of different ones, and so I do think that that'll be what you want to do to network with them. But also remember that networking isn't just when you want something. As you're building, try to like build relationships now so that when you ultimately do want money, it's not just you saying, "Hey, money, please," and then that's that. The publish directory is dist. Oh, wait, hang on 1 second. Let me do double quotes. Okay, cool. In theory, that should just work. Commit all this stuff. Cool. Pushed that. Now let's go nullify. Excuse me while I log in and you see all my stuff. That's my former coworker and friend Phil. He was saying, "Woe is me," because he had COVID. And so he was perfectly valid to say, "Woe is me," but we still teased him. Okay. Anyway. Import a project from GitHub. That sounded meaner than it was. Phil was asking to be teased. And so he was like, "Oh." So anyway, Phil is fine. Solid. This one. Boom. Let's hope it works. I've already done this. Come on, GitHub. Oh, it's new permissions. Got it. Oh, wow. It deployed already? Okay. I gotta say, that very, very fast build is cool. All right. Did it work? 314159. Let's make some mistakes. Look at that. Tweet the score. Yes. Okay. Okay. Wow. That fast deploy was that was really nice. Gotta say. Okay, hang on. Let's actually set the URL for this. Domain settings. Edit site name. Can I just do pi? Has anybody claimed that? Dang it. PyGuesser. Cool. So it's at pyguesser.netlify.app. The tweet said wrongly 0. Dang it. Okay, well, I'll fix it. That's fine. One thing at a time, people. Okay. Cool. I'll fix that later. I'll do that later. This is the live app. Don't want to debug there. Okay. Oh, right. We want this URL. And it still said 0, eh? Oh. I'm going to put the tweet string just at the top of the application. So that way we can debug this without having to click the Twitter thing every single time. Okay. So 14159. Aha! You see that? It doesn't change. Now, the question is why? Because I'm calling the variable in the component where it should be reacting. This isn't in the component, is it? Nullify is so much easier on Firebase. So the reason why I did that was because I didn't destructure this here because I wanted to pass just one variable to the input component, which I openly admit I don't need to do that. I could just pass two things to the input component, but I liked the idea of passing just one thing. So if I did break this up, it would be these numbers of digit guessed things, which is fine. But I want to know why this doesn't work. But yeah, like it's the whole signal array. If I were to put just this and not the variable, would that work? Because it's actually in the component? Let's find out. Aha! It does. So it has to actually be in the returned component. Oh, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. But that is fine. Okay, cool. And so it should say you guessed 6 digits of pi in the tweet thing. So, oh, that's annoying. Okay. This is where I need an effect. Are you sure, Rugmat? Because if so, I'm going to trust you with my repo. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. I've been wanting to use an effect, and if this is the reason why, let's do it. Okay. This dev founders community seems awesome. Thanks for the mention. Of course, yeah, no, it's really great. I've met with someone from it today. It's a really good community. Okay. So inside of here, I'm going to do this. I'm just gonna make that up because I'm curious to see what happens. Okay, we're starting. Tweet string isn't changing. But this is correct. Also, let me do this in a new ring window. Just so, or new thing. So that way I don't lose my app state. Okay. Okay, 10 digits of pi, and then that's 10 digits of pi. Okay, then why didn't it re-render? Because the variable is changing. Solid. If the variable is changing, shouldn't you re-render? I guess it's not a state variable, so once it happens, it just happens. That's probably it. Because it renders once, and because it's not listening to the fact that it's a state variable, it's not going to re-render that part, even though the variable is changing. It's kind of like a ref, I guess, when you just make a variable, like a ref in React. That's a bingo? Thanks, friends. Yeah, I think that might be why. But hey, I got to use an effect in this project. I'll take it. Okay. Cool. Well then in that case, I'm going to do a quick gonna do some cleanup stuff. We're gonna do guess digits of pi. Maybe I'll do a little nice footer of some kind. Yeah, I'll do that in app. That should be in... Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Cassidy, overthinking. Okay. Checked was lovingly built live on Twitch. I'll put that. And can be found at href, and then I'll put the repo. On GitHub. On Twitch and on GitHub. Calm down. Oh, that's why. Okay, cool. And I'll do... There are little things that are nice. I like not having to write class name and just doing class. I'll do styles.footer. Maybe the stuff before return runs only on mount, not like React on every re-render. Yeah, that's true. There is an on mount function I saw. So there's on mount and then there's also, so yeah, like there's create effect and then life cycles on mount and then on cleanup. And cleanup is usually called right after something is about to re-render. So like on mount happens, then it lives, and then when something is updated or whatever, that's when the cleanup function is called. So yeah, there's probably like a mounting thing that's happening there. I'm guessing you're right, Ofik. I'm betting that is a thing. Let's see, we don't need any of these things. Don't need that one either. We would do footer. We'll do font size. Oh gosh. Then we'll also do position. Oh, look at that. The app doesn't cover the whole page. You know, that's something about single page applications that I don't fully miss. That's okay. That's okay. Hey, Allie, you made it. Thank you so much for the sub. What do you cross the Atlantic with the Titanic halfway? That's a terrible joke and I love it. Great one. A+. Missed the first part and can't quite read the URL. Oh yes, so this is SolidJS and I'm building with it for the first time. And it works. So I've got that going for me. How's that? Aha. Okay, let me do a little bit of... Let me clean this up a little. We'll do a little bit of padding. That's cute. And then we'll do a background color of like a light gray. That works. I just made up that hex code. Okay, cool. And then I want to add some spacing and stuff. This is now less solid and much more CSS, but still, we're doing the cleaning part. Let's see, this I think can live. We'll leave it be. I do kind of want to style. Let me add a class to this. Okay. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. I missed the joke, Tom. What are you saying? Let me just see that really quick. Did it work? It's not working. Oh, that's because, gosh, I'm getting tired. How about that? There you go. Now we've got that. Okay. Hola, hola, howdy. Oh, it's just good day in German. Oh, okay. Hey, bonjour. Hola. Let me copy some styles. Then, you know, I'm sure that Josh Camo has some beautiful styles. Look at that. If I do that, and I do that, and I do that, look at that. It's got a shadow. Maybe not that high up, though. Oh, look at that. If you haven't seen this blog post on designing shadows, it's great. Do you know Spanish? Sí. I could understand it and read and write better than I can speak. Pero si necesitas algo, puedo ayudarte, pero no mucho. I can try. Okay, he's going so detailed in these shadows. I just want a regular shadow. I'll take this one. That was perfect. Oh, thanks. I lived in Spain 10 years ago for a little bit. So I ought to know something. I just haven't I haven't had a chance to speak it much. This looks pretty dumb, doesn't it? It does. That's okay. I'm going to copy my input style. Oh, it's so big. That was a mistake. That's fine. Maybe I'll just do that. First time seeing you here streaming. Oh yeah, last week my internet was out, and so that's why I didn't stream. I was just kind of sitting there like, what do I do? And so I read a book. All right. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on styling this. It is so ugly. I am not meant to do CSS anymore. I used to have an eye for design, but look at me now. I'm a failure. It is fine. Calm down, Cassidy. Also, because I'm so zoomed in, I have a very distorted look of what this actually looks like. This should be larger. And it looks tiny now. Don't worry, I will make it big. Look at that. It's massive now. Maybe not that big. It's not ugly. Thank you. Oh gosh. Is it possible to go to a formal job interview and do it while laying down on the floor? I have done a job interview while lying down on the floor. That being said, it was a phone interview, and so they couldn't see me. One time, here's a whole separate story. One time I fell asleep during a job interview and still got an offer. Because in said job interview, there was a point where, hello, Lovera. There was one time where a interviewer, or the interviewer was asking me all these different questions and stuff, and so I was just chatting. We were going back and forth, and then there was a point where I just said, "Could you tell me how you got to where you are today?" Classic question. Typically say like, "Oh yeah, I went to this job, and that's how I ended up here." This interviewer went on for a half hour telling me their story about how they got to their current job. And it was so boring. So boring that I remember, because this was when I was in college and I was on top of my bunk bed doing this job interview. It was my senior year of college. And I just remember like I was waiting for him. I just kept going, wow, And then, I just kind of slowly laid down and I passed out. And I woke up like, I don't know how long it was, but he was still talking. And I was just like totally just stunned, like, where am I type stuff. And he was still talking. And anyway, I think I just cut him off and I was just like, that answered all the questions that I had. Thank you so much. And just ended it. But oh my gosh, I was not well. What is happening here? Why is this input so wide? Oh, well, that'll do it. It's amazing what a flex. I know. It just... Oh my word. This dude. Some people just really enjoy the sound of their voice. She says as she's live streaming for almost 3 hours now. But this guy just kept going for oh gosh. Although I had a friend where her interviewer fell asleep in the on-site. She was literally doing a whiteboarding question in an on-site in the office at a very large tech company. And she was doing something on the whiteboard and turned around and the interviewer was asleep. And she was like, I know I have a soft voice, but I didn't expect that. And I don't know what to do. What do you do? If you finish the problem and the interviewer's passed out, what do you do? And so there was a point where she finished the whole thing. She's just like, I'm just not going to talk it out. I'll just keep going. And then she was just like, yeah, I think that's it, or something like that, like spoke loudly. And there's yeah, she got the job and they paid for her master's degree, so I don't think she's complaining. But my word, can you imagine? She was just like, I don't know what to do with my hands, freaking out. This happened to me at a lecture when I was the only student who showed up. It was only me and the professor in the room, and I passed out. Ah, no. Which is the Pokemon that draws on your face? Do that. No. Why are so many people recommending to draw on the interviewer's face? That is a bad choice. I'm saying this out loud. Don't draw on people's faces. Especially in a job interview. Why do I have to say that out loud? Oh my gosh. Mortifying. Okay, let me do a little bit of padding all the way around. Box sizing, border box, some of that classic stuff. Let me actually do a little bit more. You know what? That's good enough. And this is at 100 size. Let me look at it on mobile. We're being thorough, people. You know, that's not that cute, but it works. Let's do an iPhone 12, iPhone XR, iPhone SE. It is really not cute, but I don't care. Oh, but I want to be able to see that. Okay, let me fix some spacing. I want it all to fit on one screen. Okay, you have way too much margin, and your spacing is way off. But can you draw? You can draw on your own face. Sure. Yeah. There was a thread on Reddit about someone who accidentally stepped on the interviewer's dog and killed it during the interview. No! No! That's a nightmare. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. No! No! Oh no! Oh, that hurts me physically. Oh gosh. Oh, that makes me so sad. Ugh. Okay, why isn't this doing space between? Let me do the... Did they get the job? Oh, gosh. Oh, that hurts me so much. That would be so devastating for every person involved. Can you imagine being that person? Oh, you know what? It's making space for the marquee. That's why. Ah. Okay. Hang on one second. Message dot length is greater than 0. Cool. Okay. And then I've got to wrap this in a div. Excuse me while I do very minor things, but I just want it to look cute, okay? Now I can get rid of that. Cool, so now there's only 2 things in here. Am I not remembering something? The comments, gee, the things college camp prepared you for. Seriously. Hey, Adnan. Man, it hurts me. Oh, and that's why. Okay, sorry. I'm remembering things in CSS because I haven't done it in a minute. Okay, because I did column things, then that means this needs to be center, and this needs to be space between. Boom, there we go. Okay. Cool. Let's see. So that fixed that, and then I also need to reduce the margins on this H2, which is happening in pi, right? Yes. Cool. I'm going to say margin 0 auto instead of the margin left right auto. Cool. That should show up correctly on a phone. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. Cool. Okay, now it'll show up. And so if I do 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 5, 3, 5. We don't see the lives. Okay. Why did my music stop? Did I go through my entire playlist? No way. I don't think we've ever done that before. Oh, it just is doing the "Are you still there?" thing. That's funny. Yes. All I can think about is the next interview. Well, how do you think this one went? Well, your dog's still alive, so better than the last. Oh my gosh. I want to seize this opportunity to say you're a very funny person. Thanks. Wait, the music was never working for you? What? I was dancing to it. Oh, that's not great. What? It says that desktop audio is being captured. You were going to say something that I thought was intentional. No, I rarely say things like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's typically music that's in the background the entire time. I'm really sorry that it wasn't there because I've been bopping this whole time. I chose some very specific tracks to start today too that I was really excited for. Oh, I am very bummed. F in the chat. Yeah, for real. I'm genuinely very sad about this. Okay, well, let's see if this works. Do you hear music now? Oh, I am so sad. Like, it doesn't matter. You all got to see code, everything was fine. But I'm very sad because I was very proud of all the music that I picked today. Man, what a shame. What a shame. It was a good time. Yeah, I'm glad you say so. At least we got that going for us. Okay, I'm spending too much time on styling this. I'll style this another time. It works. Cool, it is pushed. I'm gonna call the app generally done, but I'm probably going to spend time cleaning it up. Because, for example, this said solid app instead of PyGuesser, etc. I'm trying to learn JavaScript frameworks. I want to learn React first. Any advice on where to get started? Well, so I could give you sales pitchy things. For example, I have a React class that you could take on Scrimba at cast.run/rrc. I'm biased, but that's how I teach React and how I think people should learn React. So there you go. If you want to go like really deep into a workshop, React Training has some. reacttraining.com. Also, UI.dev has a bunch of really good resources. And then also Egghead has really good resources as well. But I mean, hey, I learned SolidJS today. You could just start and try to make something and learn as you go as well. There's lots of different options for you. But I think React is a very good one to start with because it genuinely did kind of change the game for web frameworks in general, and a lot of concepts in React are translated to Vue, to Solid, to even new Angular stuff as well. Yes, do ask your boss for access to that stuff. You might as well. I mean, that's what education budgets and stuff are for. Well, it's been 3 hours. We've learned SolidJS, generally. I can't say I fell in love with it. I admit that there are some aspects of it that I do not like. But we learned something. And I'm willing to give it another shot. I understand why some people are just like, wow, this is what React should be. I don't know if I would go that far, but you know, it solid knowledge, right? Solid principles, if you will. But here's the app that we made today. Thank you all so much for your help and commenting and stuff, and only to thank you again for all the gift subs that you did today. Once again, if you are a sub, head over to Discord, hang out with us. We've been playing lots of Tetris lately and getting our butts kicked, but it's been fun. Have I done a Udemy course too? I have, but it's very out of date. I don't actually recommend my own Udemy course anymore. But it was lovely chatting with all of you. I'm going to see if there's anybody we should raid. Does anybody have preferences? Because I've got one that I want to go for. Actually, I'm just going to go for it. I run this place. And once again, even though y'all don't mind, I'm sorry about the music. But I'm going to raid Alex, and his stream is always a good time. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.